Hello and welcome to a new edition of Design for the Times. I'm your host, Richard Christopher Scuderi. We're going to try something new today in year 5 of our program that I haven't done before. I am solo today, and I'm going to do a little bit of teaching and a little bit about what I do as an interior designer. So my company, Maven Hill Design Build, has been in business for 26 years, and I have 2 locations. One in Ringoes, New Jersey at 176 Route 20231 in Ringoes, that I share the space, the 6,000 square foot space, with Bruce Brodak from Flemington Fan and Lighting. Now, Bruce has just gotten back from the lighting show in Dallas and gave me wonderful images. He's a little under the weather today, but gave me wonderful images that I'm going to show you of the most recent, stylish lighting in the most updated settings and colors and furniture. And I'm very excited that we're going to go through with that today, and you can see some of the 2023 trends that are going on in lighting. My other showroom is in Middletown, New Jersey at 30 Vineyard Road in Middletown, right off of Route 36, and that's set up as a model home. So there's about 4 rooms of wonderful furniture, accessories, and of course lighting, rugs, where you can buy right off the floor. My company does kitchens and bathrooms and custom window treatments and hardwood floors, area rugs, interior painting, exterior painting, wallpapering. We also do commercial buildings such as catering halls, churches, restaurants, and all the things to improve your home or commercial space. But today we're going to focus on, which I do a lot of because again, the space in the Ringoes location has quite a bit of wonderful lighting. And again, fresh back from the lighting show in Dallas, I'm going to show you today some trends in lighting. So our first image happens to be back from Dallas, and that's a modern take on a bedroom. And if you see here, I'm a big fan in the primary bedroom of doing a chandelier over the bed if possible, if you have the space to do that. And this is sort of apropos that I start with this picture because it's starting some new trends in decor that I wanted to pass on to you. And the first one is that we're returning to color. Color is coming back in a big way. Not only in lighting, where in this case we're going with sort of a very rich gold, which has come back, but take a look at this bedroom. This bedroom has a very contemporary low bed, very natural looking wood, and then a headboard wall only in sort of a rich kind of emerald green. Well, those colors, those retro colors now, because a lot of time has passed, have come back again in a different way. The whole room isn't painted that, the whole room is a neutral, but just the backdrop on this is that sort of rich emerald green, which has become a new pop or a trend color for 2023. Lots of greens, from the deepest emerald and forest green to very, very pale greens, have come back in a big way, and they pair well with golds. You're going to see in the chandelier, this particular chandelier, I use a lot in different finishes. It's almost a modern take on a wagon wheel, actually. It's sort of a round ring piece with candles on it. And it's a very classic, yet at the same time, modern, clean look. In fact, if you look at this room, there are elements of it that are eclectic. Some of it is very formal looking, and some of it is very contemporary looking. And the coexisting of these 2 styles seems to be trending when people are looking for decorating their home, and particularly the lighting. But as you can see that this space, this chandelier kind of makes the room. It would have been lost without it because you have very high ceilings here, and the beautiful gold tones, the multi-finish gold tones of this particular piece kind of lend themselves to the headboard and the look that they're trying to create here. I'm going to move on to the next one, and this is a modern take on a family room. Well, take a look at this room. Isn't this sort of amazing? And look at what lighting does to that space. I am dropping chandeliers in places I typically hadn't been in the past. I think that's also something that's new for 2023. As you can see, paint colors on the whole are still pretty neutral. They did something here that was kind of interesting, I thought, because there's a a ceiling with a beadboard on it is that they painted the ceiling black, which really is sharp. It does make, if you're going to do a very progressive lighting fixture, painting out a black ceiling can really make the fixture stand out. But this happens to be a white room. The windows are very on trend, the way they're done with no window treatments on it. You have two fiddle fig, which is the plant of the year, the fiddle fig, which does not produce figs at all, but it's a beautiful decorative plant from Africa that gives us a very rich leaf, and they're relatively easy to take care of. If you take a look at the furniture in the room, the furniture is very contemporary. I noticed things in 2023, the furniture lines are very contemporary this year, even more than last year. So as you can see in this picture, the sofa has a very contemporary low look in a gray upholstered fabric, and then two modernized chairs that are a little bit wider with feet on them are in front of the fireplace. Then the fireplace is sort of grounded. It's a lower fireplace. Looks like it could be a gas fireplace or perhaps even electric. Some of the inserts now are pretty wonderful with a television above it. It is a more casual space. If I look at the floors, the new trend of floors is a white oak 5 or 5.5 inch wide board as it is here, and they are not even finished with any color. They do a matte clear coat. So this is very spot on for 2023. But what dominates the look this year? That's the chandelier. So there's a really statement piece in this room that gives it its elegance. If you took this piece out of the room, I don't think it would be very memorable because everything is neutral. That's why lighting has become so important, and that's why I wanted to dedicate a whole segment today just to lighting. Do you see what this does to this simple family room with all neutrals? It brings some pop to the situation by the sheer design, which is really beautiful, but also very cutting edge. Let's move on to the next one. Kitchen. Pendants continue to be the rage over a center island. I take away peninsulas and I replace them with center islands all the time, and this picture, of course, is no different. This is a kitchen, and a relatively traditional kitchen. It has your classic white, which looks like to be shaker cabinet. This one has wood countertops, which sort of trend to be in some years. Wood countertops are in. Sometimes they're out. They do look nice in this place. I don't know if I would have done myself personally the perimeter cabinets. I've probably done quartz on it and just had the islands to be in wood, but this is done in all wood. You're going to notice this year that one of the things that do trend is the natural look. So wood and lots of greens you're going to see more this year, and then green when it comes to painting. But this is a relatively transitional kitchen, and the light fixtures reflect that. Number one, pendants have changed. The smaller pendants are being replaced by bigger pendants, and we're seeing lots of gold and seeing lots of gold finishes. Now here again, even in a space that's transitional, it's that sort of new matte gold finish that's done. You can see the pieces happen to be bigger than typical. They look quite large in the piece, but that's also on trend to do less pendants but have them be more statements. And in this particular one, they have a combination of the drum fixture look, that round look, and then also the cage, the cage there. So I think this looks really terrific. It could work whether you were traditional, transitional, or contemporary. But it's the lighting in this particular neutral kitchen that makes the space. Let's go on and take a look at a dining room. This is a statement. Now, this isn't for everybody, but I've actually used this particular fixture myself in Bedminster, New Jersey, in a house, a 1980s ranch that I was updating. I used this particular two-tone fixture, which had black and gold on it. You'll see a lot of the fixtures today, the lighting fixtures, have more than one finish. So this has a combination of a matte black finish, and then of course the brass, which is back in style again, and then sort of a stylish bulb that's just sort of revealed. Now, would I personally use this as a dining room chandelier? No, I think I would need something else here. but this makes a striking fixture. In a foyer, I only had 8-foot ceilings, and I put this fixture in a slate floor and pale gray walls and beautiful artwork, and boy, did this make a statement. Also, you could change out your bulbs with this and do an Edison bulb, which I probably would do with this fixture. And there's a lot of movement to it. It's simple, but it's actually quite striking. Let's talk about bathrooms. Well, people are really going crazy this year. I've already done, it's only February, a number of bathrooms because people are really getting into them. And taking a look here at the lighting, the clients have opted to do sconces on either side of the mirror. Round mirrors are very on trend. I keep buying round mirrors. Vanities that look like pieces of furniture, as this does. Open spaces are void. See how there's that shelf there? This bathroom is very open. You're not seeing cluttered things evermore. You're seeing a neutral paint color, very neutral, pops of black, as in the vanity here, which looks like it could be a chest, a freestanding piece with a round mirror, and then sconces as the light in the space. Hard to tell if there's any sort of cans in the ceiling. Also, that freestanding tub is also very much trending with the back filler. Outdoor lighting. Outdoor lighting has become spectacular, and everything now is in this low voltage LED and can really change the look of your home, and also for safety purposes. The outdoor lighting is much less obtrusive. It's much more cost effective, and have wonderful solutions to light up your home. I love when people light up trees. If you have a wooded property and they light up trees, there's so many decorative things that you can do with lighting outdoors now. It really does make a big difference. Now let's take a look at this. Here's a statement piece. This is obviously a very contemporary house. As you can see, the rails there are glass, which is kind of neat. It shows through to the natural oak floors in a natural, very light stain. And you have a transition here because you're on a staircase and you have a very high ceiling. Look at this piece. Amazing. It's several tiers. It has a lot of height to it. And again, a combination of different materials and finishes. So first you have the base, which is this sort of an iron, a very dark charcoal gray iron finish chandelier, but done more with sort of a contemporary edge, kind of a take on the traditional chandeliers of the earlier day. Then we have the element of the clear glass, which kind of mirrors the elements on the staircase. And then a very, very decorative bulb that almost brings a gold tone to it and takes the chandelier to a different level. I see chandeliers really thriving, people putting them in closets, people putting them in other spaces, but not necessarily the sort of foo-foo formal ones that have clean lines like this one, which is very much something that is trending. As you can see here in the consistency of the slides that I've gotten back from the trade show, neutral walls, we're continuing to see neutral walls. We're seeing a change in the flooring as you do in this particular shot, that the dark hardwood floors are out right now. People are going with oak. People are going with a very wide board, 5 or 5.5 inches. And people are either doing a very light stain, as this is a very, very light stain, or they're not staining them at all. They're having that look of having just been sanded, and then they're doing a poly finish that's more on the matte side. So that's kind of the look. And then you can see here in the furniture where they're doing black and then gold. So those are some of the trends that are really spot on, the black and the gold and clean lines. Let's go to the next image. Okay, here's what I would call a very traditional kitchen. It's a white kitchen. Looks like we have a shaker cabinet. Looks like we have some different surfaces for countertops here. There's a beautiful center island. And then there's one fixture that covers the whole entire island. This is a great look. This actually took the kitchen to the next level and brought it up a little bit just by the lighting. And also, if you look at the sort of medallions that are in the fixture here, they create beautiful, beautiful shadows. So when this goes on, you'll see the distribution of the light, and it really makes the space. Now here again, what are we consistently seeing? We're seeing neutral wall color. We're seeing, which you really can't see, a neutral floor color. And then we're seeing one sort of open cage, which is on trend, an open cage look, one solid fixture, a big fixture over an island as opposed to maybe two pendants. Very nice look. This would also work if there was a table there. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Here we go. Now I've done this fixture myself in Flemington, New Jersey in a client's house. This is also over an island. In fact, I've done those stools as well. That's really nice. That vegan leather that they have out now that has that sort of cognac look is really nice in a kitchen. If you look at this particular kitchen, the walls aren't white. There's some sort of a neutral sort of off-white, a little bit of gray and brown in it. And then you see that it's a very neutral contemporary kitchen, no uppers. And you can see there's a beautiful range that looks like maybe a wolf. And then what really makes the kitchen is what, once again, the lighting and the combination of the use of gold tone finishes, brass, brushed brass, the gold tones mixed with the blacks. Very popular right now. I see that consistently with the gold and black look on trend. Again, this happens to be one piece, one long piece, linear piece, open cage kind of a look with the candles. This could also be done very well with different types of bulbs, like the Edison bulb I think would work really well here, or different types of bulb to sort of change out the look of a piece like this. That's relatively simple, but really makes the space. Okay, here are some stunning pendants. These just came in. I haven't used them yet, but they are great pieces. And I wanted to show these pendants because they're, again, trying to sort of reinforce what I was talking about being on trend for 2023. Number one, the pieces are bigger. So you can see that these are substantial pieces. You have to have a big kitchen to do two of these. Number two, the glass has been removed from them. They are open cages, which are very much on trend. Number three, because the colors are so light now in the floors and the walls, we're seeing less of the silvery and white finishes and more of the iron and black finishes, because they wouldn't show up. If we would have done these in white, they would have disappeared. We'd have to do a really saturated color like a charcoal gray or a teal on the walls for you to see them. So they're done in that black iron finish. And then the next thing that's on trend, the underneath of that bar across that fixture is a rich copper color. And that's what makes the piece. There's a lot of ornamentation to this piece, as you can see there. But the multi-tonal finish is the size of the piece. The look is really rich looking. In an environment that's completely neutral, you need a fixture like this to make the space work. Here we go. Here's another gorgeous fixture, sort of a take on a traditional tiered lighting fixture. This is done with candles and glass, and again, black. We noticed this year so much black is coming in, and I really like it because, again, in a white or neutral environment, this shows. Because light fixtures hang in the middle of the air, you need them to be visible, and you wouldn't achieve the same effect because this sort of gives the look with the candles and the metal of the black and gold that we're talking about. Here's another one. Again, a combination. This is an eating area in a kitchen. First of all, take a look at that sconce on the wall. Isn't that great? It almost looks like you're on a ship. Looks like we're over water there. There's some sort of a water feature there, whether it be a lake or lagoon or something outside the window there. So we have that beautiful sort of solid brass sconce, very large. And then over the dining table, we have this sort of repetitive look of a linear square fixture with rounded edges, with the candles, two tones with the gold, the black, the gold, the open cage, one bigger piece, and the combination of those colors. Again, we're starting to just see sort of trends appearing for the year if you're going out looking for lighting. Let's take a look at the next one. Same thing here. Isn't this an interesting piece? This is also new. I don't think we even have this sent to us yet. That's an amazing fixture for a bedroom. I guess it could also be used as in a real big kitchen, maybe a black kitchen. That'd be great. This one has sort of sheets of round glass, but again, the combination of gold and black, it seems to be a continuous theme. Look at the room per se, high ceilings, not a lot of furniture. We'll look at the wall color again, which is very neutral, sort of a soft gray with crisp white trim, the upholstered headboard, layered neutrals on the bedding, simple artwork. What's in this situation again? What's the art piece? What's the thing that stands out? When you have simple lines and lack of color, it's the light fixture. See all the interesting shapes because of those round glass pieces that are sort of like flat sheets with the black iron. They create an interesting shape that really looks good. Here we see again in the bathroom sconces as opposed to an overhead light fixture is an alternative look in a very neutral environment. This kind of has a more of a mission style, but they are iron, and that's another look. And this is amazing. This is a lovely look. We're coming down to about the last 6 minutes here, so I want to go quickly. Of walls that are clad in neutral wood. So working with fixtures that work well with it. So if you see to the left here over the light fixture, they dropped a chandelier in an eating area, which is kind of a nice look. I may have done that in black myself because when you see it here on the left side of the screen against the great piece, but when you see it in the silver finish against the wood, it doesn't take. If they would have done this on the left of the screen in iron, it would have been awesome. It would tie into the pillows and contrast the wood. The same thing could be said to the right. We were afraid this shot wouldn't really do well on camera, but that's the similar thing. These beautiful pendant fixtures with shades. If they went with black on the instead of white, we really would have had something here. So keep that in mind. When your backdrop is neutral, go black. It's still a neutral, but it's going to give you a bold pop of color. Okay, and then I think this is our last shot. Outdoor lighting is changing as well, and there's no better way to update the outside of your home than new lighting. Over time, any of these fixtures tend to get warped, they tend to pit, they tend to change, and new lighting is relatively, exterior lighting is relatively inexpensive. As you can see here, they did two different types of lighting. First of all, they did the typical lighting that you would see sort of on either side of a light fixture, but because the door, I should say, but because this door is sort of inset, you have that classic feature there on the left hand of the screen of a light. Typically, they would be symmetrical, one on each side. But what's nice about this, and I'm seeing more and more on trend, instead of doing two lights, one on each side symmetrically, which you would expect, people are hanging a semi-flush mount fixture at the front door, which is a terrific look because you can almost get the look of a chandelier, or maybe a mini chandelier, if you will, at your front door. Now, in this picture, it was relatively simple. It looks like almost a sort of just a wonderful lantern. It's done again in the black with the candles, so you're getting that sort of cream and black look. And it's done as a semi-flush fixture, which is nice because it fits into, if you take a look at this door, it has a wonderful transom window. So you're going to get the light from the porch from the people that are waiting to get in, and then you're going to get that beautiful hanging light, which is a semi-flush that works with inside the house in the foyer when people are getting their coats or moving around. It's going to light the inside as well. So that's another thing I noticed that was on trend this year. Bigger outside lights, ones with not a lot of glass, lots of black this year, and gunmetal gray as far as the island was concerned, the outside was concerned. And then hanging semi-flush, instead of doing a light on each side, hanging a semi-flush fixture, lantern or chandelier in front of the front door to work within the transom. So that really is some of the bulk of what I got out of my discussion with Bruce this morning for the what has happened in the 2023 Winter Lighting Show and what's happening for you. If you'd like to come visit me at Maven Hill Designs, again, I have two wonderful locations, and I'll go through them and give you my information. Maven Hill Design Build is in the Hunterdon County area in Ringgoes, New Jersey, at 176 Route 202-31 in Ringgoes, New Jersey. You'll see my sign prominently at the front door. And come have a cup of coffee, sit with me, let me have you walk the showroom. Let's do some wonderful things, whether it be doing a kitchen, bathrooms, wallpaper, window treatments. I sell some wonderful artwork and accessories right there in the store. And then, of course, I can help you with all your lighting needs and bring sort of the most updated lighting at your fingertip in that particular showroom. If you're looking to do furniture, come visit me at my location down the shore in Monmouth County at 30 Vineyard, Vineyard, 30 Vineyard Road, and that's in North Middletown, New Jersey. I'm right off Route 36. I'm next to the new General Plumbing Supply big showroom that they're just completed building right now. I'm right on the corner of Route 36, about 10 minutes from Sandy Hook. A wonderful location to go. I have a long patio outside. That's a big showroom. It's set up as a decorator's model with 3 rooms of furniture and accessories that you can buy right off the floor. And of course, I have a cabinet and counter shop showroom at that site. You can reach Maven Hill Designs at any time by emailing me at www.mavenhilldesigns@gmail.com. www.mavenhilldesigns@gmail.com. You can also contact our offices at area code 908-832-7050 and 908-884-0770. Okay, so this was a pleasure doing. We're going to be starting to do a slightly different format to our program in upcoming episodes. I'm anxious to talk about. We're going to be going out on the locations and filming on location. So much more to say. Thank you. Have a good day.